Chairwoman Maloney, Ranking Member Comer, and members of the committee, good morning. My name is Jeff Rosen, and from December 24, 2020 to January 20 of this year, I had the honor of serving as the Acting Attorney General of the United States. I appreciate this opportunity to discuss the actions taken by the Department of Justice on January 6 to help restore order at the Capitol, to enable the completion of Congress's certification of the Electoral College vote, and to begin the process of bringing to justice those who attacked the Capitol. The events of January 6 were a national travesty and an intolerable attack on our democratic values. To those who risked their safety to protect everyone at the Capitol, I honor your bravery. To the families of the Capitol police officers or others who were injured that day or died in the wake of the attack, I extend my deepest sympathy. And to all of you and your staff who lived through that day, I share the justified anger at what you endured. But I also take solace in the fact that our republic never faltered. Buildings were breached, but the Constitution and our shared values were a bulwark against the violent mob. As set out in my written testimony, the Department of Justice prepared appropriately in the period before January 6, and I'm proud of the department's response on January 6, when we urgently deployed more than 500 agents and officers from the FBI, ATF, and U.S. Marshals to assist in restoring order at the Capitol. That included the number 2 officials from both DOJ and FBI personally going to the rotunda while the intrusion was still underway. All of these outstanding men and women from DOJ moved with urgency to assist the Capitol Police in the midst of an unprecedented security breach, and they helped to clear and secure the hallowed epicenter of our representative government. As to holding the wrongdoers accountable, I'm also extremely proud of the swift action taken thereafter by DOJ personnel in the FBI and the DC U.S. Attorney's Office to investigate and, where appropriate, begin to prosecute those responsible for the disgraceful attack on the Capitol. I appreciate the importance of today's oversight hearing, and I welcome the opportunity to share with you what I know about the January 6 events in light of my prior role at the Department of Justice. The Justice Department, of course, must always be guided by our Constitution and the rule of law. That is what guided me. The Department of Justice acted with the utmost integrity and urgency to support our institutions of government to the very best of our abilities when the legislative branch came under attack on January 6. The violence that occurred at the Capitol on the afternoon of January 6 should never be repeated. As a society, we need to restore greater respect for our Constitution, for our representative form of government, and for the rule of law. I look forward to your questions about January 6, but should note as a threshold matter that there are some unavoidable limitations on the testimony I can provide at this time. For one, my access to information is limited because I am no longer with the Department of Justice. Further, while the events of that day will be with me forever, my memory is unlikely to be perfect, as I'm sure for all of us, there are some aspects that are seared in memory and others that have become a blur. Moreover, I have been authorized by the Department of Justice to testify here today only on certain topics within the scope of today's hearing, as I'm bound as a lawyer and as a former cabinet officer of the executive branch to maintain some kinds of information in confidence, and also must avoid making any statements that could interfere with the numerous ongoing investigations and prosecutions of individuals involved in the events of January 6. I appreciate your patience and understanding as to those, as I will otherwise do my best to address the events of January 6 as I saw them. With that, thank you for inviting me today, and I'll look forward to your questions.